So there are energy transformations with changes of state. Remember that a change of state is when something goes from a liquid to a gas or from a liquid to a solid. Solids, liquids, and gases are states, so when you change states, you're changing from one to the other. The first one we're going to talk about is the heat of fusion. The heat of fusion is the amount of energy released by freezing or consumed to melt 1 gram of a substance. So the heat of fusion for water is given here, and here's our problem. How many joules are needed to melt 32 grams of ice at 0 degrees C? So we've got ice, and we're going to go to water. We can use the heat of fusion for water to figure out how much energy is released or required. 1 gram of water requires 334 joules of energy. I got that from this right here. Now we begin with 32 grams. And we're going to do a conversion. We've got 334 joules over 1 gram. This will make the grams will cancel out and leave us with joules. The other thing to note here is there is no temperature change. The temperature stays at 0 degrees Celsius. So we don't have to use specific heat. So we multiply these two numbers together and we will get 10,688 joules. We might want to rewrite this as, we'll need to round, and we'll need to rewrite this as kilojoules just because it looks neater. So we get 10.7 kilojoules. So it will require 10.7 kilojoules to melt the 32 grams of ice. Okay. There's a different number for when we go from a liquid to a gas. This is called the heat of vaporization. There's a different amount of energy required, and 1 gram of water requires 2,260 joules to go from a liquid to a gaseous state. That amount of energy is released if you go from a gas to a liquid. Okay. If we start here with the number from the problem, we've got 50 grams of steam. And we want grams to disappear, so we'll put grams at the bottom, 2260 joules. So we'll multiply the 50 times the 2,260, and we will get 113, lots of joules. Okay, grams cancels, so we're left with joules. We're going to rewrite this as kilojoules just to make it look neat. Okay, so this is the amount of energy that's released when steam condenses from a volcano.